Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me today we have Brandon.
Hello.
And that's it for now. Nick?
Yeah, Nick is stuck in traffic.
Yeah, he'll be here soon. So, never fear. We will get to hear him talk about whatever he has not played this week.
I really want to talk about the two games I have played this week with Nick here. So I just want you and me to talk about Snap, then we'll go from there.
I mean, I would imagine. I thought Nick said he was getting Snap too, but it is the most topical game this week anyways, so he can always pipe in when he gets here if he has any thoughts on it. So yeah, we'll start with Pokemon Snap. You ready to get into it?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I don't hate this game.
Oh, you have the same feeling I do. You kind of trailed off. You're like, I don't love this game. I don't even really like this game, but I don't hate it either.
Yeah,
and I feel exactly the same way. It's super disappointing.
It's not a bad game. Yeah, but it's just like, it's, how do I put this? When I'm playing it, like I'm enjoying myself, but I don't have any interest to play it when I'm not playing it.
That's the same here. And then on top of that, I feel like the original Pokemon Snap. Let's talk about that for a second. So the original Pokemon Snap was like so many stages, and in those stages there were like clear things that you could figure out going through the first time. That sort of thing.
Yes.
This one literally feels like you're grinding every single stage. Like you actually have to level up the stage, and you have to come back to it, and then you have to come back to it at night, and then you have to do a special boss battle picture taking thing, and that's the general. Sometimes less is more, and I feel like the large amount of things they're trying to put into this game just doesn't work for me.
I was gonna say, like, that is like the progression mechanism it's interesting, but I think it is one of the biggest hindrances to my enjoyment of this game. Like,
100%.
I don't really understand like what I'm progressing towards. There's not like a clear progression path. And like you said, you don't really know like what's going to happen when you level up. Are you going to get into a higher version of this level? I mean, that will definitely unlock. But is it what you need to unlock whatever's next? And what do you need to do to unlock whatever's next? I don't know.
There's no clear
I have no
cut goal. Like, it doesn't really tell you what it's looking for you to do.
And then it'll be like, yeah, different things will happen on different levels. Yeah, if you can tell, sometimes.
No, that's the thing. That's the worst part. It literally says, no matter how small the detail may be, something new will happen each time you level up. And it's like, okay, well, how small are we talking about? Are we talking about like a pixel being out of place or that sort of shit? Because literally sometimes when I go back through after leveling up, I feel like that's what happened. I feel like they maybe moved that Pokemon over a few inches and now I can get a better shot of it. And that's it.
Yeah, like one level I was like, oh, there's a Blastoise now at the end, just one. And that's the only difference I've noticed. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's other things, and maybe there is like the subtle nuance, that they have in there.
I want to know how like far you can level up a level. Like, can I make my level 10 and then just fill it with all the Pokemon?
Yeah, if you can force yourself through the boredom to get there.
And it's so boring having to go through. Like, that's the biggest issue. Pokemon Snap shouldn't be boring. The original game was so much fun. And I like that you even meet up with the original game's main character in this game. I like all of that. I don't like that it's literally a grind. I feel like I'm in an MMO grinding out, except it's with a fucking camera. And it's just like, are you serious right now?
And then the way that they give out like items and stuff is just kind of like weird, because it's like, oh, you get the night things, but then you don't have the night things, then you need to do something to get the night things again.
Not only on that, but like one of the issues that I had with the game that actually happened to me was they want you to take a picture of the lit up flower when it's nighttime, and then that's how you progress to the next step and yada yada blah blah blah. And like, I did that, but there was literally a Pokemon right next to it, so it counted that picture as a picture of the Pokemon instead of the lit up flower. So like, I had to be very specific with zooming in in a very fine fashion to get the lit up flower.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. Or even like other instances too, where it's like
And the
you have a
sensitivity sucks.
Pokemon
It's
different
so
next to another
slow.
Pokemon.
It's so incredibly slow when you use like the control stick instead of like just using the gyroscope and whatnot. It's so slow.
Have you tried it with the motion controls? I have not yet.
I have not, because of the fact that I also have Joy-Con drift, so I'm afraid that it's going to make the game hard mode if I try it with the motion controls, because it'll be reading my control stick drifting at the same time as I'm trying to gyro take a fucking picture.
Yeah, I can see that being an issue. So I don't know. I mean, I imagine that they would probably be better. I mean, it seems more appropriate for something like that. Like I feel like
I've been thinking about using the motion controls with the Pro controller.
that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah, because like then I can like move the Pro controller and be like, hey, I feel like I have an actual camera in my hand. Click, click. And I think that might be neat, but I haven't tried it yet because literally, like you said, once I finish playing the game, I have no want to continue playing it. I just don't really care. It's like, oh, that was a session of Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got like 5-10
whatever.
minutes to kill. Let me do this, and there we go. And all right, on to that.
It's just the way you progress in this game is bad. And I was super excited when I heard this game was like 8 hours long or something, because like that's a long ass time for Pokemon Snap, and I was super excited. And now I see it's 8 hours long because it takes so fucking long to progress, and like nothing happens when you progress most of the time. And that just makes me be like, oh.
I don't know. Did you beat it? Like, how far along
No,
have you got?
absolutely not. I have not beaten it. I've literally only gone to like the third area, but like I just don't care.
Yeah, like I said, my progression with it's been pretty slow too. I've not been moving quick with it at all.
Mm-hmm. Or like when I was talking to my friend who was also playing it, and I was like, oh, I'm at the third area. They're like, oh, you mean like the nighttime in the first area? I'm like, no, that's not the third area. That's still the first area. I'm past the jungle, which, by the way, the jungle area sucked so much. It was bad. It was awful because there were so many Pokemon that were out of view of your camera. And I felt like when I was taking these pictures, a lot of the angles I got these pictures taken in were just shit. They were just straight up shit, and the game was like,
be a better photographer.
This game sucks, Nick.
Hello.
There he is.
There I am.
All right, so yeah, we're talking about how bad the new Pokemon Snap is.
Really?
Yeah.
It's bad?
So
well, no. It's not bad. It's just got issues. It's got a lot of issues.
We literally just talked about how we don't care to pick the game back up after we turn it off. I feel like I'm realizing this game is bad while talking to you about it, Mike.
Well, it's just because we're both talking about the bad things of it. I mean, there are some good things.
You could take a lot of Pokemon butt pictures.
Yeah, you could take Pokemon butt pictures. I mean, at least compared to like Pokemon Snap, like I mean, it is like a fruit. What's the word I was just looking for?
I think Pokemon Snap, the original, is better than this game.
Oh, I agree. I don't disagree. But I mean, they did make a game that is obviously like a successor to it.
Yeah, I think definitely fully featured, but I think that's to its detriment.
I think it just needed some more thought on like the progression stuff. I wonder if I would not have minded it as much if those issues weren't there slowing me down.
I feel like that's the case.
Even other things too, like if you think about it, like that whole like one photo limit thing with like each Pokemon, kind of annoying. The star system is confusing. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't really understand why I will get like 4 stars or 1 star or 3 star. There's no real way that they've explained it, at least thus far, that has been laid out where I've been like, if I take this picture, it's going to be a 4 star. And then like, there's been times when I've taken a picture and I was like, that's clearly a 4 star. Like I killed a Pokemon and I took a picture of its dead body and I was like, that's going to be a 4 star. and it was a 2, and I was like, why? Why is it that I can make Caterpie spin around in circles and do the fucking string shoot into the air, and that's a 4-star, but if I kill a fucking Pokemon and 2 others stop next to it and are like, oh my god, you fucking just murdered my boy, that's not a 4-star? It seems like there's more interaction between the 2 Pokemon that are looking at their dead comrade versus the Caterpie that just spun in circles into the fucking sky. There's way more interaction there. Why is that not a 4-star? So yeah.
Well, so the star thing. So the reason it's confusing is because the stars have nothing to do with how good the photo is, and I think that is a huge mistake.
But no, that's true. But they have to do with the actions that the Pokemon are performing, and
like the more rare they are.
And I had 4 Pokemon in one image shot, and one of them was fucking dead, and the other 2 were like, the other 2 of them. There was a third, but it was just walking along because I hadn't noticed that I killed its comrade behind, and it just fucking, the other 2 were like, I'm sad that you killed my friend, and the one in the front was like, I'm continuing on. So like they were all doing something, but the game was just like, that's not what we wanted. Get the fuck out. And it was just like,
it was not surfing on the head of a Pikachu. That's what it wanted for a 4-star. You just threw an apple at it. Oh wait, sorry, not apples. They're fluffy fruit, which are delicious fruit, but not.
They do not hurt Pokemon, even though I just fucking killed one with one.
I like how they make a point to point that out.
They straight up point that out, like they ram that into your head. These do not harm the Pokemon. Meanwhile, in the jungle stage, those little floating ball things that are like walking around the ground. You know the ones I'm talking about? I don't know what the fuck they're called. I can't remember their name right now. But those Pokemons that are like little tiny like things that almost look like Pikmin that are on the ground in the jungle stage. Like I said, at the very end, right before you go into the teleporter, there were 4 of them, and I threw a fluff fruit at one, and then it just fucking fell down, and it looked like it was straight up dead. I was like, that's a good image. Click, click. And that was a fucking 2-star. And I'm just like,
if you ever stun a Pokemon with a fruit, it's always 2 stars. Always, always, always.
Is that just a punishment because they want to be like, Peter, please don't come after us? Because I feel like it almost.
No.
Yeah, no 4 stars is literally, it's got to be like they're fucking surfing on the head of another Pokemon or doing something like random. So I don't know. I don't understand it.
And then the dailies or the challenges in the main menu where it's like this one guy's like, it seems like all the fruit around this here part has been continuously roasted. How about you take a picture of the person in the act? And I'm just like, how the fuck do I do that? And I'm like, literally
not an officer of the law.
I'm literally looking at like the score bunny that is running around burning everything in fucking sight, and I see the fruit, and like I can't make him go there and burn the fruit, and I can't figure out how.
Because you didn't level up enough, probably.
That's probably it, honestly, and it's such a pain in the ass. Nick, the biggest issue with this game is literally you have to continuously go back to the same stage again and again and again and again, over and over and over and over. And the way you do it is by getting slightly higher scores in your picture taking the next time, and then you'll like level up that world to level 2, where something different might happen. I have had things go from being like, now there's all sorts of different Pokemon to now there's one different Pokemon in one very specific place and you have to take a picture of it and that's the only difference, to like this Pokemon moved a little bit to the left. So like it's just stupid. I don't like this new Pokemon Snap. And the more I talk about it, the more I'm actually furious at how bad it is.
Listen, I don't hate it like Brandon does. I'm definitely just gonna give it. It is a good, but not exemplary update.
Well, it's okay. I'll just wait till Nintendo drops the price and. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, about that. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, it does do some neat things, and I do want to see like more of it. Because I'm curious is like,
I
does the
just want a better
game...
progression system. I want
Yeah.
to play more. I'm gonna play more. I'll come back to it. I'll probably have like a whole 360-degree turn and be like, "Yo, this shit's the best." By like
once
next
you get
week,
past
but,
this
like...
4-hour mark, like it just turns around.
Oh my
I'll
god.
just wait for one of my friends to buy it and see if I like it.
Yeah, like I know I haven't like unlocked everything in it yet, like very much
Yeah.
so. I definitely haven't seen all the levels. There's a lot
There
more
are
stuff in there.
214 Pokemon in this game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's like a lot when
Is that more than Sword and Shield?
It might be.
Probably. Well, maybe not after the expansions because they did add a lot of stuff. But what was the other thing? At least I had, from what I read, it's 214 believed. Like I don't think Pokemon Company ever gave out an official number. That's just what people have counted.
I think I've seen a guide that says how to capture all 214 Pokemon. So I think it's been confirmed by people that have way too much free time.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, because with the nature of this game, like it's like, oh, you know, who fucking knows? You throw a fucking apple at some random hole, and then like, I don't know, fucking Mewtwo pops out or some shit. Like it's like
I'm not even surprised.
Yeah, like there could just be some weird trigger like that. You never know. I did learn though the other day I was watching a video. Apparently, this game doesn't have like evolutions in it like Pokemon Snap does, and that is a disappointment to me. So I've been throwing apples at every single fucking Magikarp that I see, and
Same.
they don't ever do anything except jump. And I was like, this is dumb. I'm like, why would you turn into Gyarados? I found one that was in like a big old vortex of water. I'm like, oh yeah, this one's totally gonna turn into Gyarados. Nope, just jumped even higher. It's like, oh.
So what you're telling me is there actually is no evolution or way to upgrade them with the fluff fruit that you hit them with.
That is what I saw online. Whether or not
that sucks, and that also is going to change my playstyle a lot, because literally every single Pokemon I see, I'm just like, I'm just throwing shit at them, trying to get them to change into something else.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I figured too. Like, you know, like I said, Magikarp, I figured definitely would, but yeah, nothing. It's there. Who knows? Maybe it'll be something they'll add in later. Who knows? But at least as of now, doesn't do anything. Also, I swear to God, that fucking song A is annoying. Like the song button is annoying. I hate it. It's like an ice cream truck sound.
Oh.
And B, like none of the Pokemon give two shits about it. They're just like, whatever. Like, why are you playing your shitty ass music? Like, this isn't the hood. Like, turn it off. It's like, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm very meh on this game.
But it looks nice.
Honest. It does look nice.
Looks nice. We'll come back to it.
We will.
Like next week, maybe, or couple weeks. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Nick has just showed up, and I think Nick should talk about Apex.
You think I should talk about Apex?
Yeah, I think we should talk about Apex.
Were you able to play Apex?
Yes, I was.
Okay, good. Because not everybody was.
I played last night for like 4 hours.
I actually wasn't able to play last night. I got stuck on the main menu that said no servers found.
You just click really fast. You just left click really fast.
I did, and then it still was no servers found, so I said fuck this shit, and I played literally half of the Titanfall 2 campaign. Because I love that game. So I did that instead of playing Apex last night, but I did play the Legacy season, like the first day it came out. And besides all of my cosmetics getting reset, and like the store not being accessible for that first day, and your characters getting fucked up when you pick them in the rotation, arenas are fun as fuck.
Dude, I had an arena match that went to as far into overtime as it possibly could last night, and it was amazing. It was so much fun.
I wasn't sure how good this was going to work with this game and how like they were going to implement it, because I was like, well, I'm trying to compare it to other games that I've played that are like this. And like typically, you know, you got the games I can compare this to, like CS:GO and Valorant, where it's like, all right, well, either you wipe out the entire enemy team or you take care of an objective, whereas this is like, no, you're taking out the entire enemy team.
Yeah, you have to kill the enemy team. That's the only option you have.
Like I said, I wasn't sure how well that execution was going to work. It's fucking phenomenal.
It really is.
It's so good. It feels like a wholly different game to me now, and it's just like it's good because it's a quick jump in, jump out kind of mode. So instead of playing like your 20, 30, 40 minute battle royale match, you can take care of one of these. I think my longest game was maybe like 15 minutes at the most. Like they don't take too long.
Yeah, mine was 25, but that was going
Yeah.
into triple overtime.
Yeah. But like me and my friends have been playing it, and the maps are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like the buying phases are really well handled.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could pick and choose how my weapons were upgraded though.
You can.
No, you can't.
So you upgrade it, or you double upgrade it first, and then you middle mouse button on it, and it will allow you to change different aspects of it that you have.
But what I'm saying is, like, I wish I could just buy like certain things. Like, I wish it wasn't just fully purple, like blue, purple, whatever. Like, I would just want to buy specific attachments for that gun.
I see.
Because like my thing is, I like some attachments better than other ones. So like I might like the blue level scope over the purple one.
It might be for balance reasons, to be completely honest.
I mean, it could be.
But the scopes you can change. You can change out every scope in the thing. Like once you've fully upgraded it, you can, like I said, you can press middle mouse button on the gun you've just purchased, and it'll have a drop down menu of all the scopes, and then you can swap out any of the scopes.
I also foresee them nerfing the Peacekeeper in this mode, because it's fucking ridiculous.
I use the electricity guns, to be completely honest.
Okay. I usually use an R301 in the Peacekeeper when I feel like getting down and dirty with it. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I actually haven't... I've played a few VR matches only on Infested Horizon. Or not Horizon. No, that's the name of the character. Whatever the name of that map is, the Infested map. A little disappointed. It seems like it's mostly cosmetic, and you can't really do anything to interact with the vine so much. So like that was a little bit of a letdown, because I thought it was going to dynamically change that map in different ways, and it just didn't. Olympus, that's what it is, Olympus. But yeah, so far I love the season. I really love the bow and arrow. That thing's great. I love it. I know a lot of people don't, but I've heard like other people like hating on it, because like I was talking with one of my friends today about it, and she was like, "You're the first person that I've heard actually say that they like this thing." And
really, I've heard everyone complaining that it's way too powerful.
I literally sniped somebody across the map with it, heard their shield break, and I was like, "Oh, that was nice. Ooh, let's do this more." Loved it. So I want to get more time in with that, because I love using bow and arrows, and it might not be a viable weapon in endgame, but like when you're just starting out and you want to get some shots off, or you want to third party a motherfucker, it's great. So I'm looking forward to using more of that as well. So yeah, big fan of this update.
Yeah, this update's great.
As long as they can get their servers and shit together. This is like the worst I've ever had their servers be. Because usually when the new season comes out, it's like it's shitty for like a little bit, like maybe like a half a day, and then you're good. This has gone on like for a few days now.
It has, but I think that's due to the influx of new players.
They've
actually gained a shit ton. I've seen so many people start streaming this that are like big name streamers. So like I feel like we're getting a bit of a resurgence in players again because of this update. I also what was I gonna say? I got some friends that had never played it into it last night, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Play. They were like, I don't like battle royales. I was like, just give this one a try. And then they gave it a try. And they were like, okay, I like this game. They're like, you want to play again tomorrow night? I was like, absolutely. So I'm playing tonight.
They were I forget, I follow a few of the developers on Twitter, and like they were saying, Ryan K. Rigney, he's a game dev on it.
Okay.
He was saying like when the game came back up, here we go, our current player charts still look like ongoing cardiac arrest, but God, we're setting records in Apex today. Their 24-hour peak and their players online were the same number, 304,000.
Okay.
That's a shit ton. So, and just in comparison, like back in November, it was like 292,000. So like they've been going crazy with all these players. So that's obviously a huge draw on the servers, like you were saying. But yeah, no, it's so good, so good.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying it, and I'll continue playing it more tonight. So looking forward to playing some more.
Nice.
I've been working on the Battle Pass already, even though I haven't bought it, but I figured, hey, if I actually get to the tiers that I want, then I'll probably purchase it then.
See, that's what I gotta do, because what I've been doing is buying the Battle Pass and then being like, well, I got there, or I didn't get there. So maybe I gotta switch up the way I do that.
Yeah, I found that to be a lot more, I see here online now. You downloading an update?
Yeah, there's an update for the browser, for the Origin browser.
Okay. Yeah, the at least for this season in both Valorant and Apex, I have not bought the Battle Pass yet, and I'm just gonna wait until like I get to like I think tier 50 is what I want for Apex, and I think for Valorant it's like in the 30s, so I'm just kind of waiting to get there before I'm like, okay, now I'll drop money so I actually get those items.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot better way. I know Valorant gives you like an extra amount of XP if you own the Battle Pass, but I don't think Apex does. So
you get XP tokens every so often on the Battle Pass. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's not a big deal though. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. You play anything else, Nick? Or
besides that and Titanfall 2? I did try out Phasmophobia finally.
That's a good game. It's a lot of fun.
It's an interesting game. Very interesting. I was prime spooked.
Oh, okay.
Both times we played, me and my friend, it was a basement ghost.
Okay.
And I was like, that's great, because after I was done playing the game, I had to go down to my basement and get some stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow morning. Not doing that now.
Pipe explodes on you.
So
yeah, I already got fucking pipe ghosts down there.
So I actually have a very funny story about this game.
Okay.
I have a lot of friends that don't do well with horror, that are like in my gaming spectrum, and then I have some that are like really into horror. I'm super into horror, and so is Katie. So me and Katie playing the game, we'll just like walk in and bust in and be like, "Yo, motherfucker, where you at? Where you at?" And basically, but my friends will be cowering in the fucking van outside while me and Katie are doing everything. Katie will go in there, call it by its name, and start asking it who killed it, and basically having a therapy session with it. I'll just kick in the door and be like, "Yo, bitch, where you at?
Where you at?" That's fantastic, actually.
It's bad because a lot of horror things don't get me, but like abstract horror, that shit's good. I like that. But like horror things like this game, for instance, I'm just like, okay, that's fine. It's kind of spooky, but I'm not really that scared of this one. It's got good atmosphere. I really, really do like Phasmophobia. I think it's very well made. I want to play it in VR. I think that would get me.
I don't.
That has a VR mode, and that's the way some people play it. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe that would be way more scary and a lot more fun. So I've been thinking about that. Meanwhile, Nick's over here like, nope, not for me.
Nope. I don't do good with horror games that I don't have a viable way to kill the thing.
So you just don't do good with horror games, basically.
No, because like Dead Space, I can kill the thing, and that's a horror game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But if I can't kill the thing, then I feel.
What about
powerless.
when you run out of ammo?
Oh, you know what you should play? It's actually really good. It's gonna be one of the ones you don't do good with because you can't kill the thing, but it's actually an incredibly good game, and that's the Alien Isolation game. Dude, that game is awesome. It's a really good horror game, but like you can't kill the alien, and it's always following you.
You can't do it. I don't want to.
That's
now it's just that game of hide and seek.
It literally is a game of hide and seek, yes. While you try to complete all the objectives to get off the ship. And that's what makes the Alien Isolation such a good game, because it's very true to the actual film. Where like a lot of people, if they were put into that situation, they'd be totally fucked. So, yeah.
Yeah, no. Not doing it.
No bueno.
So should I move on to Returnal? Should I talk about this now?
Yeah, because that's all I've played. So
last week we talked, and you were like saying that you were excited about the game, and I absolutely assumed you were going to buy it, and because of the way we were talking about it.
I mean, I want to.
Yeah.
I can't because I have bills, many bills.
No, I get that. I thought initially you're one of the people that's like, I'm not going to buy a game that's $70, like in general, and it's like, that's kind of what the new system is. That's just the price point. That's what it's going to be. And I am here to say that I do not regret this decision in any way whatsoever. I have finished the game already.
Okay.
Not fully, but I have seen the credits roll on this game, and it's really fucking good. There's so many things to this game that really do make it stand out. So I already mentioned that this game's a roguelike, but this is also a horror game, and it's that kind of abstract horror that I was talking about that I actually super dig. So essentially, in this game, you're always being followed by this character known as the Spaceman. Now, you don't see him when you're actually doing gameplay. Yeah, so there's this spaceman that's following you the whole time, and it essentially does this. They do different segments in the game. So, like, say you've beaten a boss or you've gotten specific points in a biome, because the levels are broken up into biomes instead of like stages. If you do that, then you'll be able to go inside of your house that's been teleported from the Earth to the alien planet that you are crash landed on. And inside your house, it turns into a first-person game. Not any first-person game, but it like quite literally becomes PT, and it tells you the story through a first-person point of view in the house when you go and interact with things. So like you might be eaten by the TV, you might have the spaceman look at you from outside the window and then like come out behind you. You have all this weird shit that goes on, and it's really fucking cool. And also like the story in general is very, very piece it together yourself kind of deal. Like it doesn't exactly spell it out for you, but I really like that about it. It's got some like Lovecraftian horror elements to it. Like, for instance, you can go to sleep in this bed, and it's basically a health station where it increases your health if you find the room that has it, and you also like heal yourself if you've been damaged at all. But when you go to sleep in that bed, you'll have like a dream, and like it'll show you things like eyes glowing at the bottom of a lake or that sort of deal, and it's just like slowly piecing together the entire story and plot point. And I'm not going to spoil the plot points of the game because they're actually a lot of fun, and it's something you're supposed to try to figure out for yourself, but I'll spoil them later on in the year if this continues to stay up there highly, because this game's fucking phenomenal. I will say that. The actual gameplay of this game is just, it does not skip a beat. It is awesome. I love the gunplay. I love the world that they've created. The enemies are probably the only thing that I could really complain about, and I'm not really here to complain. I'm just here to say they're kind of generic alien enemies, generic robot enemies, that sort of thing. They don't really have a thing that makes them their own thing, but it doesn't really matter because their attack patterns and the way that they can like group up together and combine all those attack patterns are really what makes them interesting enemies, even if their design isn't that interesting. Because like the projectiles that you have to dodge and the like paths that you have to take to avoid getting killed by them is what makes them far more interesting than the design that they've been given. And like couple that together with like bits of Metroid here, like being able to go and get items and then come back later to different biomes in the game and explore areas that you didn't know existed because you didn't have these items that allowed you to go there before. Like all that shit's so fucking cool, and it's so incredibly well done. And even though this game is randomly generated and a roguelike, the biomes of the places and key parts of the biomes are familiar enough that like you can make like a mental note where you're like, okay, yeah, this was the teleporter that took me up to this pillar, and up here there should be enemies spawning here. So like you can kind of get in a groove of the game, a lot like what some of the absolute best roguelikes do, where it's like, yeah, it's randomly generated, but if you go through it enough, you start to get like a pattern. So if you get into a room like this, you know what you're going to be up against. And it's not entirely random in a way that's like just kind of messy and garbage feeling like some roguelikes are. It's random enough that you're like having a different experience when you play the game, but it still has the same feel of when you played it in the past, where you know what you kind of want to do, which makes it so you can come in with a general idea of the kind of build you want to go for, but that isn't necessarily the build you're going to be handed. And because of that, I think this game is just easily like one of the best roguelikes, probably alongside like Hades. Like, this is a fantastic fucking roguelike. If you like roguelikes, this is a game you should definitely fucking play. I can't say enough good things about it. I think the only true complaint that people legitimately have that is warranted is the saving system and the problem that the game can become unstable sometimes. I've never had this game crash on me. My other two friends both have had at least one run completely ruined due to a crash. And when that kind of shit happens, that sucks. That's garbage. And that they are trying to fix as quick as possible. They've already put out 2 patches since this game released like 4 days ago. So that's a really fast return on investment to try to patch a game and make it so everything's working as it should be. And they really do seem to care about the actual quality of this game. So it's very obvious that when you look at the ray tracing, when you look at the particle effects, when you look at this, that, and the other, and all of this stuff together as a whole, there is clear, like, massive amount of effort put into this game. And it definitely feels like a next generation game. And because of that, like I was saying before, I actually feel like the price tag is totally fucking warranted. And my first like playthrough was like 22 hours, and that's in 6 stages. So like keep that in mind. I played 6 stages, only 6 stages, and it took me fucking 22 hours to actually beat this game.
Well, that's pretty good.
So yeah, and essentially the way it works is you're just kind of learning as you're playing it, learning the map, learning the thing. So after I've done it the first time and gone through the game the first time, I was able to beat the first 3 stages, almost first 4 stages in about 2 hours. But that was after learning and knowing what I want to do with this game and putting a shit ton of hours already into it, and then also getting really good RNG on my build. So having all of that sort of thing, I think you could probably beat the entire game in one run in like 4 or 5 hours if you're really fucking lucky and if you're really good at learning the patterns of the enemies. But yeah, I fucking love this game. I actually just lost a run right before we came into the podcast, and it was because every time I lose a run, I feel like it's not the game that really fucked me over. It's not like it feels unfair, and it doesn't feel like I lost this run because of something the game did. It feels more like I made the wrong decision, like I didn't pick up this health potion, or I didn't use this health and I was trying to be too sparing with something, or I didn't go into this room, or I shouldn't have gone into this room. It always feels like that more so than it feels like the game itself. Obviously, other than the crashes, which I didn't experience, but other people have. And then in that case, that would be the game itself, obviously. But otherwise, I think this game's fucking phenomenal. It's awesome. It's weird. It's interesting. It has some really crazy moments where, like, you're listening to audio logs, but the audio logs are from your past self, from those runs that you went through when you died. And it's like your character's going more and more crazy the more times they die. and that you're sharing that experience with them, because you're getting more stressed out the more you die, because you were like, I almost beat that boss, or I almost got that artifact, or I had that perfect build and I fucked it up. But like, you can actually see your character slowly descend into madness as well, and I really liked the touch of that happening. And just in general, this game's fucking great. It's awesome. Yep.
That's good.
That's it. It's great.
Very cool.
Yeah.
The only problem, only technical problem I have had is I actually had my audio get so distorted because of all the explosions going off that it sounded like a crackly mess at one point in time. That is the only issue I've had with this game. Now, like I said, other people have had crashes and other issues, but I've only run into the distorted audio issue, which is a known bug that they're also trying to fix. So there are bugs, but they're quickly working to fix them, and this game is totally worth the money, I think, right now. It's awesome. First game I paid $70 for on PlayStation 5. The first game I've paid. I don't think I've paid that much for any other game yet on this system. And I don't regret it. I was so worried I was going to regret it when I bought it. I was like, oh god, do I really want to do this? And then I did it, and yep. I kind of want to play more right now, so can we just wrap this up?
Well, we don't have too much more to talk about. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I can talk about Xenoblade fast.
Sure.
So that'll be a fast one. I finished my second playthrough of Xenoblade. I think I mentioned it like 3 months ago. I started it again. But I finally just got around to finishing it because it was just always in the back burner. Such a good game. I love it. It was fun to go back to it again. The New Game Plus stuff was kind of confusing, but it did seem like it added a bit more there. So, I mean, that was nice. And, I mean, it's just a great game. Like, the story, I think, is just, it's a fun story. I just enjoy it. I know. What do I want to say about it? Again, I was just about to touch on something. But I don't know. It looks fun, or it looks good. It's a good looking game. I do agree, though, because I think we talked about it last time. Like, the game is just, it takes a huge hit when you go into handheld mode. But
it's awful. It looks awful in handheld. It looks like a blurry, pixely mess, and it just kind of sucks.
I mean, I do give them credit. At least like the gameplay doesn't like slow down. Like I don't think the frame rate takes a hit, but I do miss those things.
I feel like both the frame rate and the
resolution definitely like drops.
The resolution's a lot more noticeable, but there's some instances in battles where the frame rate can get kind of more choppy than a normal game. And I know you're not really susceptible to like frame rate issues and everything, but like I definitely noticed it.
I noticed it when they get like really bad. But yeah, I don't know. This game though, I do think is one that if this Super Switch or whatever is like a real thing, definitely could benefit from like a nice little like graphics boost, because it is a beautiful game. Like it really is in terms of like the art direction and stuff. So I love it. I love the voice acting. Like this game actually gets a bit on like the saltier side for Nintendo, and I didn't remember it the first time I played it, but they definitely call people like little bitches and things. So it's cheeky, it's funny, I like it, and it's a great game. So if you haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like it's definitely something that's worth playing. I mean, especially if you just were wondering where Pyra and Mythra were from with Smash Brothers. Just look at me wanting to play it again. Like, and I still think it has like one of the best soundtracks. Like it hits the emotional notes they're going for really well. And surprisingly, this story always just kind of gets me like a bit emotional sometimes. So I like it. It's definitely a fun one. And that's all I got to play. Just go play Xenoblade. And you guys ready to go on to news? We don't have too much here, but it's like 2 bits.
Yeah.
So first one, Nintendo announces Game Builder Garage. So just kind of dropped a random tweet yesterday, and we're just like, hey guys, next month for $30 you can get this build your own game thing. And
make it your fucking self.
Yeah. You guys want more games?
We don't want to make games. You guys do it.
So here you go. You do it. We'll teach you how to make 7 games, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want and share it with your friends. So
I already know what I'm going to make first.
Is it one of your anime girl games?
Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you'll finish it before they do.
I'll do it myself.
So,
Just putting on the Infinity Gauntlet. I'll do it myself.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it looks interesting. It supports USB mice for some reason.
Yeah,
so that was just random.
That's interesting.
That's really weird.
And I don't know. I don't think they really said much else about it. It gives me very much a WarioWare DIY vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of that's kind of the same thing that game did. It just kind of gave you like a platform and like an easy way to like kind of get started with what you want to do, and then you can just go in and add like the graphics and the music and whatever with it. So I mean, it looks like it should be good. I'm interested to see what people do with it. It looks like they have sharing like Mario Maker does, where you can either share with a code or you can do it locally. So got some options, but
okay.
I don't know. I don't know what else there is to say on it other than that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know anything to say either.
So yeah, the only other news that I had, and I didn't write it down because it's. I mean, I could have, but it's a lot. It's a big. There's just been so much shit coming out from this Epic versus Apple trial.
Oh my god! Yeah, I actually, I read some of the stuff, and I was just like, really? Are you fucking serious?
It's like coming out from like everywhere, though. It's like the most random things.
Yeah,
like Walmart's working on a cloud gaming service. Xbox was considering dropping their console profit share down to 15%, I think was the number, 18 or 15%. Like definitely much more in line. Epic is hemorrhaging money on the Epic's Game Store. Oh, by the way, breaking news, it sounds like they just had a massive privacy thing there, so change your passwords if you have the Epic Game Store. Like that like when I say breaking, I mean like breaking. Like I just saw this like while we were recording. So nothing official has come out of it yet, but I guess a few people have been reporting issues with it. So there's that. Other things though too, in Fortnite, I guess they had skins least proposed for like Samus, like LeBron James, like Lady Gaga, like all sorts of crazy stuff. What else was there? I know there was like a bunch.
Oh, there was some news about Sony's initial reluctance to do cross-platform multiplayer, and like they needed like a whole breakdown of profit sharing and how much revenue they were going to lose by doing it. It was like this whole big thing.
Yeah.
There was that.
Well, apparently too, they still have like some agreement in place where if it becomes too much cost on Sony's side, Epic has to foot the bill.
Yeah,
for Sony.
Which, funny enough, in the same vein of this whole lawsuit, there is currently a class action lawsuit being presented against Sony for having a monopoly of their digital store.
That everyone's got hit with those like in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sony got hit with it. Apple got hit with it. Amazon got hit with it. Those things are coming up like crazy. So because of that whole like you don't own the content, like they're selling it to, but you don't own it.
Like an NFT.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
But actually, back to that thing though with the crossplay thing. Did you see the super aggressive email that like the guy from Epic sent Sony?
No.
Let me see if I can find it again because I was just like, wow. Like,
while you do that, I'm gonna tell you the one thing I saw that made me laugh pretty hard. So you know how like this thing originally started because like there's a lockdown on the Apple Store and Epic was not okay with that, and they tried to pretend that they were championing for the little guys so that they could have a better profit and more control over their product on the Apple Store.
Yeah.
And that's what started this lawsuit. I read part of the transcription of it, and Epic stated during the actual thing, or whoever was the sponsor for Epic stated not to Epic, but for Apple, asked to Epic if we would have allowed just you the ability to name your price and do this, that, and other on the Apple Store. However, we did not change this for the other people, but just you, mainly because of the case that you've brought up against us. Would you have accepted that? And Epic's response was, yes, of course.
Yeah.
It's just like, you just literally undermined your entire fucking lawsuit by doing that, you idiots.
Yeah, of course we would have caved to Apple catering to us. Okay, so I found the email. So here it is. It's a snippet of it, but it just goes, "We love working with PlayStation. We want this to be win-win. Longer this drags out, it will be less so. I can't think of a scenario where Epic doesn't get what we want. That possibility went out the door and Fortnite became the biggest game on PlayStation. Here's what I propose. 1, we give you the data you were asking for, plus the marketing data. 2, Epic deeply integrates Sony's esports API into UE4 as an engine-level feature, and it says that they market and advertise it. 3, we announce crossplay in conjunction with Sony. Epic goes out of the way to make Sony look like heroes. You get to pick the when, where, how. 4, Epic brands its E3 presence with PlayStation. And they're talking about like budgeting for that. 5, Epic's willing to explore more items. Maybe we commit to a game launch for your next VR platform. 6, PlayStation Plus. Maybe we do something extra special for a month, offer a unique character, or something highly valuable to drive PlayStation Plus adoption even more. 7, Epic extends the Sony company-wide UE4 license. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but your license to use UE4 expires in May 2019. This license has some of the best terms we've ever offered for UE4. Let's make this a huge win for all of us. Epic's not changing its mind on the issue, so let's just agree on it now.
Oh my god.
And then, so here's the response back from Sony. Joe, thanks for the note. Sorry that you feel things are moving too slowly for Epic with PlayStation and cross-platform play. I was under the impression there was no movement with Microsoft on cross-platform. Has that changed? Also, as mobile is important to you, our tournament APIs are important to us. Thus the ask. And then they just, I appreciate the points you listed in the email, but there are a lot of great ideas here for continued partnership. However, cross-platform play is not a slam dunk, no matter the size of the title. As you know, many companies are exploring this idea, and not a single one can explain how cross-console play improves the PlayStation business. Open your thoughts if Epic has any ideas on this since last we all talked. In the meantime, I will forward your mail to our executives. So, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So it's been really like it's just the stuff that's coming out of this. Oh, there also is the thing with Ubisoft. Like Tim Sweeney had to apologize to Ubisoft because it looks like the Division 2 had like 70% fraudulent purchases on the Epic Game Store.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just the stuff that's coming out of it. Like I said, it's wild. And it's not coming out just from Epic. It's coming out from like all over the place. So it'll be interesting to see where this comes down. But I do think you're right, Brandon. I think they like severely I think they kind of killed their case with what they're doing. But but at the same time, like I think when it was announced, when we went into this originally, when it just first happened, that's kind of where I fell on it in the first place. Like, you're dealing with Apple's terms of service. You wouldn't do it on any of the other platforms. You're asking something that no one else was going to let you do either. And then you're trying to, get them to cave to you. So, I imagine that they probably sent a similar email to Apple like they did to Sony and be like that's super aggressive. Like, let's do it for everyone, guys. So,
Jesus.
I know. Did you guys have anything else that you guys want to talk about?
I personally don't have anything.
I don't think I have anything else either.
I want to play Resident Evil Village, but after playing the demo, I don't want to play Resident Evil Village.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Not that I didn't like it, it's that its field of view is like so low that it's actually very, like, it can make you sick very easily.
Oh, there's no way to adjust it?
There is no FOV even on PC.
Interesting.
Yeah, they cut that feature entirely from the past games, and their reasoning for it is they wanted to make it feel more claustrophobic when you're like exploring the mansion and the village itself. And it's like, yeah, but see, here's the issue with that. That makes people sick, and then people don't buy your game.
True. That's definitely the argument there.
Yeah, so I'm probably not going to be playing the new Resident Evil, which kind of sucks. But, like, that's their own damn fault. But I did see something really neat, which I meant to share with you guys. Apparently, the new Resident Evil, people got the demo running on PCs that didn't have graphics cards.
Oh.
Yeah, they were literally using like a Ryzen 3 and using the chip to run the entire game, and were able to run it at like 720p 30 FPS medium settings, which is insane to me.
That's pretty wild. Some good programming on their part.
Yeah, apparently it's like very, very well optimized. So there's that.
Well, that's good. They don't get a lot of good optimization on PC sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes optimization can be shit, but yeah, the Resident Evil games have actually been really good about it since like 7, I think.
So since the last one.
No.
Yeah.
No. Because 7 came out, and then Resident Evil 2 came out, and then Resident Evil 3 came out, and then Resident Evil Resistance came out, and now Resident Evil 8 came out. So for the last 5 games, they've been good.
Okay, that's fair. It's still funny, just the way.
Yeah. Just looking at it from a numbered perspective, yeah, that's pretty funny. But no, they released a bunch of remakes, and the remakes were like the very, like the Resident Evil 2 remake that was incredibly good, and 3 that was pretty alright, but felt more like an expansion than a full game. But like all of those ran incredibly well on PC.
Is it bad that I totally forgot about the remakes already when you mentioned it?
I mean, you didn't play them, so like it probably didn't stand out to you. And
Yeah, no.
But me and Nick played them, and I'm pretty sure we both remembered, right, Nick?
I remember 2.
Well, I don't think either of you played 3, did you?
I didn't.
I played 3, but it was, like I said, it was okay.
No, I remember we did love 3. I know that. So, yeah.
No, we loved 2.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
We don't. As I said, we didn't love 3. I remember that. But
it's fine.
Yeah, it's mediocre at best. So
No.
It's the new Pokemon Snap.
All right, and that's the title. Bye-bye, everybody.
It probably is. Yeah. So I don't know. You guys ready to wrap up then?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We're there. And you can visit us on our website, game-crunch.com or doublegaming.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, send us an email at gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I still stream every Friday. That's how it's going to be. This Friday we will be playing Trials Fusion, I think. I don't fucking know. And yeah, so that's a thing.
Okay. Nick?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, that's it. My name's Mike Anastasia. You can find me online. I'm Clash of Penguin on Twitter or your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
In a very fine fashion to get the lit up flower. Otherwise, the game was just like, oh my god. Go.
Yeah, I have a dog in with me right now.
I see. Or here.
I might have to boot her if she doesn't shut up.
Oh, poor doggo. I'm sorry, that's way more entertaining than Pokemon Snap.
That's true. It actually is.